Peace, Roundnet homies. Last weekend I got to play in the first rule testing tournament of the year for myself. I was playing with a wonderful partner from the Bond Club, Tina, who absolutely rips on defense. We were playing Rule Package A, and it was hosted by the Cologne Roundnet Club, so shout out to you guys for hosting a mixed testing tournament. So there are 5 big rule updates in Rule Package A. The first is that there's a 7.5 meter out of bounds, that's 25 feet. If you hit the ball out of bounds, it's a point for the other team. The second rule update is that the server's partner is free to move right when the server says serve. So you can already go out around and position yourself in a good spot before the rally begins. Rule number 3 is that you must use 3 touches on your first possession. So no hits on 2 or hits on 1 for the first possession. The fourth rule is simultaneous touch. So if you and your partner are coming together on defense and maybe your hands are close together and the ball lands right between your 2 hands, so you are both touching the ball simultaneously, then that only counts as 1 touch. However, you are not allowed to then hit the next ball directly. You must set your partner, so then you have to use 3 possessions there as well. And the last new rule is that the serve receiver's teammate may move forward and backwards before the server serves the ball. So the goal with this rule package is to boost defense, and Tina and I were hyped to go play because we are both defensive-minded players. However, on the way to the tournament, some crazy shit happened. So Tina and I are on a nice sunrise bike ride to go meet up with Anna, who's gonna drive us to the tournament. We're biking and a car comes up behind us. They want to pull around us. Tina, being the good human she is, goes to pull behind me, make a line so that this car can go in front of us. However, the car's pulling up a little quick and Tina feels a little bit rushed, so she turns a bit too early and her front tire gets caught on my bike bag. All I hear is a skirt, and then I hear Tina scream, and then I hear a bang, and I'm like, fuck. That's such a scary feeling, like I can still hear it in my mind. Oh God. Thank God for 2 things. 1, the people who were behind us in the cars were literally on their way to go work at the hospital. They immediately pull over and start helping Tina. But what had happened was that when she fell onto her knee and then smashed her head against the sidewalk. Thank God Tina was wearing a helmet. And Tina was only wearing a helmet because her and someone else from our Roundnet group made a promise to each other that they would wear helmets every single time they rode bikes. Thank God they made that, because I was not wearing a helmet. If I was the one who had taken that fall, I probably would have cracked my skull open, had internal bleeding, and had to be in the hospital, at least with a horrible concussion, for however long. So now I have also made a pledge with Tina and myself and with the universe that I will always be wearing a helmet. So please, if you're hearing this video, wear a fucking helmet. You never know how quickly some dumb shit can happen and end up ruining days, weeks, or even your whole life. Tina wearing a helmet takes the damage. Her knee takes the damage too. Her palms take the damage, which you need your hands to play Roundnet, so she has 2 big rips open on her palms. The people who pull over are able to help her out. We have an ambulance come to make sure that she's not concussed. And Tina, like, the first thing that she said to me when I walked over to her, I could just like see it in her eyes, was that she was like, oh no, we can't play the tournament. We might not be able to play the tournament. She's like stressing out about that. We're like, Tina, are you okay? Like that's what matters first, but I respect the grind, that's what we're focused on. But she gets checked out, she's good to go, and Tina, being the badass she is, has these holes in her hands, just throws some tape over it and says, fuck it, let's play some defense.
Stars was a cool kid. Hey, is it my fault that the falling embers burn down in a spiral round your crown of faith? My body tells me no, but I won't quit, 'cause I want more, 'cause I want more. My body tells me no, but I won't quit, 'cause I want more, 'cause I want more. It rides out of town. It's my road, it's my road, it's my road. It's my road, it's my road, it's my road. It's my road, it's my road, it's my road. His eyes are open, his eyes.
Time to be leaving the station now. I really start hesitation now. Ooh, doors are closing. I planted mines in my own mind. I drowned in tides of my own design. Ooh, dream that ocean. I outgrew my shell, so I'm breaking out. Bust up the palace, yeah, I'm breaking it. They gon' tell my tale, I'ma make it about how I broke out and not how I broke down. I outgrew my shell, so I'm breaking out. Bust up the palace, yeah, I'm taking it. They gon' tell my tale, I'ma make it about how I broke out and not how I broke down. There's a spirit guiding like a quiet lighthouse, and I feel the feeling like it's alright. There's a spirit guiding like a quiet lighthouse, and I feel the feeling like it's alright. I remember pacing the basement floor, sick just like a patient, 'cause bread was low. Oh, cold and lonely. Sis showed me a sign and kept my eyes wide. There's much more to life than what you can sight. Oh. And I believe it, and I stare right out the window with no ceiling. We gotta figure. I outgrew my shit. Bust up the palace, yeah, I'm breaking it. They gon' tell my tale, I'ma make it back. How I broke out and not how I broke down. I outgrew my shell, so I'm breaking out. Bust up the palace, yeah, I'm taking it. They gon' tell my tale, I'ma make it about how I broke out and not how I broke down.
Let's go!
Alrighty, 7-0 so far on the day, which is nice. In terms of rule package A, everybody that I've talked to has really been enjoying it. It's very clearly adding more defense to the game. The really biggest thing I'm noticing is that it is all fundamentals. And this is just checking how well can you set. That is super important, because if you offset at all, your teammate now only has a really small area which they can hit to, and they can't boom it really far. So it's pretty much becoming a touch for the other team if you set poorly. However, serve, if you're a really good server, you're just gonna serve both balls because defense is better. But if you're playing against a good setter, good hitter, it's still difficult. Like if someone gets a centered set and they're a good hitter, they can hit everywhere, flat, fast. It's been super interesting, really fun, definitely more fun than an average day. I would say at this level, this is advanced mixed in Germany. Advanced mix in Germany, I would compare it to more like contender, high contender, low premier in the States, because in Germany they don't have a premier level, so it just goes contender to pro, whereas in America we have premier and then pro at the top of premier. So it'd be really interesting to play this with like really high level setters and hitters. I'm not sure how much defense would get help there. Definitely a good amount since they can't just send the ball to the moon, but yeah, it's been good all in all. Warm-ups midday outside. It's gorgeous out. All right, so we got the bye because we were the second seed or something, and then we came right into the round of 8, so we were in the quarterfinals right off the bat. The team we were playing against, they were really, really hard to break. In the first game to 15, I just ended up ripping like three aces. I think Tina had an ace as well, and that gave us the upper edge. Miri and Tauba were pretty much hold masters, especially Miri. When I was serving at her, I hit a couple pretty good serves where she got there. Tauba would give a really nice recovery set, and then she was so hard to defend. She was just flicking in every direction, which felt a lot like premier higher level play in the States, where you're getting so few defensive touches because the hitters and setters are just that good. However, I also did realize after the tournament, when I was racking my brain about like, how could we have defended her better? She's very short and she was hitting over the middle really, really well. And I was like, was she in the no hit zone a bunch?
Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skits I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Big dog business, I would not hold your hand. Broke bitch business, I cannot be your man. Never got his ass whooped until we open up that can. Damn, alley hoop me bands, I'm a slam. Jam freak bitch, I like my Mac touching yams. Petty option around me, I'ma tell you turn it off. Heard what happened to your mans, not sorry for your loss. Should've prayed before them shooters came and nailed to the cross. I let your boy get a pass, bitch, you lucky you saw. For real. What they talking about? They talking about nothing. What they talking about? They talking about nothing. What they talking about? They talking about nothing.
Yeah, so I'm sorry to expose you like that, Miri. Honestly, the footwork is super good, and it was usually just toes on the line or toes over the line, but it was like 7 or 8 points, which definitely changed the outcome of those games. Nice to have observers, but it's also just a minimal adjustment for her, and her hitting is also unreal. So not trying to take any credit away from the W. They played super well. Tina and I were honestly also just like not there. We get some good touches and then just not react well on like a soft touch. And shout out to Miri and Tauba because they ended up winning the whole thing. So they ended up losing like 3 of their pool play games and then coming back to win the whole thing the second half of the day. So that's always badass if you can pull something like that off. But yeah, I would say that this series showed me more of the same issues that we're gonna have even with these rule changes, that if you have a really good setter or really good hitter, the game still isn't going to be fun to watch. It's still going to be super serve, receive, hold heavy, and you're going to see barely any rallies. That's just the way it is with these rules. So it's a good sign. There's still changes that need to be done. However, good part was the rest of the day, it was a ton of fun. We got to play a lot of good defense. So let's dive in.
Blessings.
That's the way every day goes. Every time we've no control. If the sky is pink and white, if the ground is black and yellow, it's the same way you showed me. Nod my head, don't close my eyes. Halfway on a slow move. It's the same way you showed me. If you could fly, then you feel south. Up north's getting cold too. The way it is, we're on lands. I'm someone old too. Keep you cool when it's still alive. Won't let you down when it's all ruined. Just the same way you showed me. Showed. You showed me love. Glory from above. Regardless, dear. myself in summer shade. Nose dive in the floodlines. Tall tower, milk crate. It's the same way you showed me. Cannonball off the porch side. All the kids trying out the roof. Just the same way you showed me. You could die and come back to life. Upper air from the swimming pool. You kneel down to the dry land. Kiss the earth that birthed you. Gave you tools just to stay alive and make it out when the sun is rolling. That's the same way you showed me. You showed me love. Glory from above. Regard here. It's all downhill from here. Life, about how it was. I'm King, Michael Jackson, all this shit. Say what up to Daddy. Say what up to Daddy. Say what up to life. I'm telling you. Give me some sweet. Bitch, I might like immortality. This is life, immortality.
That was insane. All in all, pretty good day. We got the finals going on in the background. I think we ended up coming in 6th. Some games were mad fun, other games were still very serve heavy, very like chess matchy. It's just about who can set clean and hit low clean shots. So instead of who can hit the furthest booms, it's who can hit the lowest cleanest shots. I feel like big ball is gonna have to come into the game. I think that's gonna be something that makes the whole game slow down a tiny bit to the point where it gets like players can rip the ball, but it's still slow enough that you can see the ball. That's just my feeling right now. My feeling is like there's still going to be something missing until we do that slight equipment change. Just my thoughts at the moment. It was just a crazy day in general. We had a bike accident this morning and then just grinded through a whole day of Roundnet. In Germany, they have this awesome word called fertig, which means finished, but they use it like at the end of a day, and they're just like, "Ich bin fertig." It means like, I'm like done. I'm fully out of energy, given everything I got. That's how I feel right now. And Tina, yeah, what a ride. What a ride.
Oh ja, das sieht...
Man sieht das nicht, gell?
Oh, da ist es krass, ja. Ja, da sieht man wie... Oh, so ein zweites Knie. Oh,